Hi everyone. So today I'm going to teach with you people about pelvis. So first thing, I'll give the introduction about pelvis. So have you heard about pelvis? So what is the meaning of pelvis? So first thing, pelvis is nothing but a basin. So you can see over here, it will be look like a basin. Pelvis is a Latin word, so that pelvis means basin. So it is look like a basin. That's what it will be, the pelvis. So then above that we can see the abdominal cavity, then thoracic cavity. So here also we can see the pelvic cavity. So this will be divided by pelvic diaphragm from the abdominal cavity. How the thoracic cavity is divided by the thoracic diaphragm. Here also you can see one more diaphragm that has to be divided, the abdominal proper and the pelvic cavity. So coming to the pelvis, I told about this is a basin. So this pelvis is again divided into true pelvis and false pelvis. So one is true pelvis or lesser pelvis. So this is what you people are seeing. This is a lesser pelvis or the true pelvis. So here what you are seeing, this is a greater pelvis or false pelvis. So that I will tell you why they will call true and false. Before that we will see how this pelvic will be formed. So how the pelvic cavity will be formed. So here you can see one bone. So this is a lateral. So this is a hip bone. So hip bone is an innominate bone. There is no particular name for the hip bone. So why they will put a hip bone means it is HIP. So H means ischium. So we can put a silent over there for hist. That is ischium. So what we are sitting over through this tuberosity of the ischium. So this is the ischium and this is a pubic. So ischium, ilium and the pubic. So this is HIP. So that's what it is. Hip bone, it is a innominate bone, so that is easy to remember, I feel. So this is the ischium, you can put a silent for H, and this is the ischium, ischial tuberosity, anteriorly comes to the pubic bone and ilium. So these are the three bones. You know, bones will be present almost in the embryologically and the fetus period, it will be 270 bones. But when it comes to the there is 270 bones present in the embryologically. So in the adult bone, you know about 206 bone will be present. As an example, we can take this hip bone. So here you can see the triradiate cartilage. So this is ossified by endochondral ossification. Those three bones will be fused together almost in the acetabular cavity. So those are ilium, ischium and pubic. So those three will be fused together through the triradiate cartilage. Then cartilaginous cells will be replaced by the osteocyte. This will be endochondral ossification. So it is made up of single bone through these three bones. One is ilium, ischium and pubic. That's what it is, a hip bone that will be from an anterolateral part of the pelvic cavity. Coming to the posteriorly, here you can see the vertebra. So this is the vertebra, that is sacrum bone and the coccyx. So here you can see the tip of the coccyx and this is the sacrum bone. So this is also will be 5 bones in the embryologically. Those will be fused together and form a single sacrum, and 4 bones of coccyx, it will be fused together and form single coccyx. So this is the boundary. Is the boundary of pelvis. So what I told here, it is from the hip bone anterolaterally and posteriorly, mainly by the sacrum and the coccyx. That's the vertebral column. So now you can see this is the pelvic cavity. So this pelvic cavity, earlier I mentioned about greater pelvis and the lesser pelvis. So greater pelvis, it is a greater pelvis or the false pelvis, and lesser is inside or the true pelvis. So coming to greater pelvis, why they will call it false pelvis? So this is the greater in size, we can think this is a greater in size compared to the lesser pelvis, and this is a false pelvis because there is no bony attachment in anterior side. So because of this, we can call it as it is a false pelvis. So this is a greater in size compared to the lesser, but there is no bony attachment anteriorly. Some of the people will be obese people. If it comes to the anterior side, you can observe over there. So you can observe, so that is greater pelvis or the false pelvis. It won't go back because of the bones will be present over there. It will comes to the anterior side, that is greater pelvis. It will be mentioned as false because of there is no bony attachment. So then you can see this is the lesser pelvis. So lesser pelvis, I told this is a true pelvis. Why is a true pelvis? Because here you can see everywhere is a bony attachment. So bony attachment, lesser pelvis. Mainly you can see the urogenital organs. So it will be protect the urogenital organs. You know the bone function, just you can write over there. Bone, it has to be protection. Mainly you can cranial cavity, brain, thoracic cavity, lungs and the heart. So same thing in the pelvic cavity also, it will protect the internal organs like urogenital organs. It will be protect us, and Main thing, it has to be presence of uterus. So that's a childbearing organ, it is present inside that. So it is also a muscular organ. So that has to be expand and this will be protect the internal organs. That's what it is. Lesser pelvis or true pelvis. So before that, here you can see one circular or the heart shape. So this is called pelvic inlet. So this is the pelvic inlet. So this is, I will tell you the difference between male and the female. Just you can see over here now, this is the pelvic inlet. So this pelvic inlet, so itself it will be the question, how the pelvic inlet will form. So this what I wrote with the chalk, that is a pelvic inlet. So how the pelvic inlet is formed. So this is the sacral vertebra. Here you can see the sacral promontory. So this is the sacral promontory and ala of the sacrum. Then sacroiliac joint. Here you can see the sacroiliac joint. So this will be the sacrum. That's the iliac. This is the ilium bone and this is the sacrum. So this is the joint, sacroiliac joint. Then here you can see the linea terminalis. Linea terminalis, arcuate line and pubic crest, pubic tubercle. So this pubic tubercle importance I will tell. Pubic tubercle and pubic symphysis. So this pubic symphysis is a secondary cartilaginous joint. Same thing here. So pubic symphysis, pubic tubercle, pubic crest, arcuate line, linea terminalis, sacroiliac joint and sacral promontory. So this is the boundary of pelvic inlet. So that pelvic inlet boundaries. Then I told about pubic tubercle. So this pubic tubercle and here this is the anterior superior iliac spine. This is the iliacus bone. It is anteriorly present. Anterior superior iliac spine. This is anterior inferior iliac spine. From there we can get one ligament. So that is. So this is the ligament, inguinal ligament. So inguinal ligament attaches from pubic tubercle to the anterior superior iliac spine. So this pelvic inlet. And coming to the outer part, so this is pelvic outlet. So this is the pelvic outlet. So this will be almost, they will say diamond in shape. So this is diamond in shape, pelvic outlet. So what are the boundaries? So from the anterior to posterior, this anteriorly pubic symphysis, mainly the lower part of the pubic symphysis and ischial tuberosity and spine of the hip bone. So this is the spine of ischium bone, ischial spine and tip of the coccyx. So this is the boundary of pelvic outlet. So this is the pelvic outlet, this is the pelvic inlet. So then true pelvis and false pelvis. So next, what is the difference between male pelvis and the female pelvis? How you can differentiate male pelvis and the female pelvis? So first thing, you can see this pelvic inlet. So this pelvic inlet is heart shape. So heart shape in the male but oval shape in the female. So after puberty, after menarche, this has to be expanded because I told this is a secondary cartilaginous joint. So one, it has to be expanded. It will be helps to expand the uterus, childbearing organ, and it will helps to parturition or the delivery. So because of that, this is male pelvis. So this it can look like a triangular or heart-shaped pelvic inlet. So that is the pelvic inlet. And another difference. So main thing is all the bones you can get muscle marking will be prominent in the males, and weight also, when you take the bone weight, it will be more weight in the male compared to the female. And next major difference, here you can see subpubic angle. So this is the subpubic angle because it is present below the pubic symphysis. So this subpubic angle is 50 to 60 degree in males. So this subpubic angle is 50 to 60 degree in males but 80 to 90 degree in females. So that is also a major difference. Subpubic angle 50 to 60 males, 80 to 90 is female. Then along with that, here you can see the prominent of the pubic bone. This is the crura. This is the crura, that is external genitalia for males. This crura of penis for male genital organ attachment. This will be prominent in males but it will be less in female. Then coming to laterally, here you can see the obturator foramen. So this is obturator foramen for obturator internus, obturator nerve and the vessels. This obturator foramen is oval in male but triangular in female, because it has to be expanded. It will be look like a triangular in female but it will be oval in male. That is one more major difference. Subpubic angle, crura of a pubic bone and obturator foramen. Along with that, acetabular cavity. This acetabular cavity is larger and shallow, will be muscle activity will be prominent. So this acetabular cavity mainly for the head of the femur, So this acetabular cavity will be shallow and deeper in males, but will be less in female. So that is about the major difference. And this heart-shaped pelvic inlet, it is also called android pelvis. So android pelvis mainly for the male, and gynecoid pelvis for the female, and platyoid, and some of the pelvis difference, female pelvis differences will be there. So main thing you have to observe here in the pelvic inlet, obturator foramen, subpubic angle, crura of penis, and acetabular cavity. So that is the major difference in male and the female, along with the muscle marking. Main thing about this is the main thing about pelvis. So I think you understood. Thank you.